What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Shelvin, man. We here, man. On this Tuesday, man. Hopefully, your holiday was well. Hopefully, you enjoyed your holiday. You celebrated those who we memorized, man, who we memorialized on yesterday, man. But we here now, man, and I appreciate y'all, man. I really do, man. It's always me who doing that. Y'all gotta always work with me, man. But we here, man. We here for another segment, man. It's the Purpose Pusher, man. I'm back in the building, man. My people ain't here today, man. They got a whole bunch of stuff to do. But yeah, man, we back in here, man. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope your weekend was long enough. Most of our weekends don't be long enough. I don't know about y'all, but man, I could use an extra day and another extra day after that. But man, we here and So I wanted to do a couple of things real quick, just to keep y'all up on game, man, keep y'all up with the podcast. Going forward, the month of June and July, during the month of June and July, we will be revamping the podcast. We're going to be recreating it. We're going to be redesigning it because we have come to a point where we need to just elevate and upgrade the podcast. So what we going to do is we won't be here anymore where we're at. We're going to move to another location. We're going to redo some stuff in our systems, man, because we want to bring y'all a better product. We want to make sure that we steady giving y'all good topics and stuff like that, good food to feed your soul, feed your minds, man. We don't want y'all to get bored with the chatterbox, man. So we go change it up a little bit. We go redesign it, and so y'all gonna really love when we come back, man. June and July we go revamping. So please be on the lookout for us, man. Come August, man, we coming back strong. We coming back harder. We coming back smarter. We coming back with some more topics, man. Y'all been kicking it with us for a year now, man. It'll be a year in July. I mean, we are literally almost a year old. And I just appreciate y'all for kicking it with us, man, on this whole year, man, of 2021 going into half of 2022. It's just been good, man. We done had some real good moments, man. We done had some real good topics, man. Y'all done had me laughing. Y'all done had me arguing. Y'all done had me crying. Y'all done had me doing a little bit of everything on here. I ain't know I was going to be revealing all this to y'all, man. But it's all good. It's all good. I hope that everybody was helped, man. Please like and share, man, this, because I want everybody to be aware that we are revamping the months of June and July. We will be coming back in August, man, because we got to do better, man. We got to go bigger, man. Got to go hard or go home, man. What we say, man, work hard, play hard, man. Real talk, man. So we got to go and get to another level on things, man. I appreciate everybody who have been with us for this whole time, man. We have some faithful followers, man, some faithful people who be on here, man. And I really appreciate y'all giving us y'all perspectives, man, because for one, like I always say, we don't speak facts. This is a conversation, right? We just having a conversation to help stimulate minds. We trying to bring up the conversations, and we had a whole bunch of touchy conversations. I mean, we talked about you can't tell me how to raise my kids, and a lot of people got a little offended by that. You know, hey, it's all good. You know, we ain't tripping about it. You know, we was wondering if you gonna come up out of it, but hey, we ain't tripping about it. But we had a whole bunch of touches. We talked about manipulation. We talked about deceit. We talked about, man, relationships off the head, man. We talked about a lot of stuff, man. Tranisha, I see you on there, man. Say, if y'all could do me a favor, just put a like, put a wave or something on there so I can know you're on here, man. So I can, just shout you out real quick, man. Knowing that this gonna be the last show for the next couple of months. So I want to shout you out, man. Minister Tranisha on there, man. Congratulations to her, man. She just got a license in ministry, man. Look, I'm telling you, God is adding to the kingdom, just like God's going to add to the podcast. We are not going to stop running this race, man. We're going to keep on running this race because we got to continue to be a positive platform for the community and be a voice for the voiceless. We're not stopping. We just go elevate. We go upgrade. Everybody know you got to take a minute sometime and step back and upgrade and get yourself together. You can't stay looking the same all the time, man. When you want to grow, when you want to go, when you want to possess some stuff, when you want to be some stuff, this podcast, I'm telling you right now, this podcast is going to be hot. Coming to the next season, man, we're going to be going real hard. Don't think that we're going to be short-stopping. We coming back with even greater topics. We're going to be talking about some stuff because I don't know about y'all, but, man, we're going to be talking about all kinds of relationships. We're going to be talking about building you up. We're going to be talking about purpose. We're going to be talking about everything that's going to push you, because we want to make sure that we are pouring into the community. We got to make sure we pouring into the community, because this is what this podcast is for. We want to be a platform where people can voice how they feel without feeling attacked. You ain't gonna have another platform like that. I'm telling you, when you can voice how you feel without feeling attacked, you gonna have to realize this. You have a opinion. You have something in you that God is trying to pull out you, and that's what this place is for. We trying to pull that up out you. We want to make sure that you feel safe. We want to make sure that you actually know that people respect how you feel. I respect how y'all feel. No matter what y'all feel about the situation, I'm gonna respect that, because I understand that feelings are valid. Man, I'm telling you, can't wait to see what's coming. Man, y'all don't know what's coming, but man, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be off the chisno for Rizno. But say, check this out, man. We talked about a lot of different stuff. And so we're going to take the conversation that we had over the past year, and we go elevate them. We go elevate them. We go take them to another level. And I'm telling you, we are going to it's going to be fire. Y'all do not want to miss the next season of the Chatterbox. I can't believe we got seasons now, Calvin. We leaving the first season. This is our first season that we did, man. I don't care what nobody say. That is a stepping stone. That's a milestone for me. Y'all can play all y'all want. I appreciate the small beginnings. I'm telling you, I am faithful over a few, and God will make you rule over many. I appreciate the small beginnings that we had, man, coming into this thing, man. And I pray for y'all, man, on a daily, man, that this is helping y'all. Can y'all just send me a shout out, man, if this been helping y'all, man, if this been changing your life, helping you think about some stuff, helping you. Man, it's hot up in here. Shoot. Boy, it's hot. Calvin, it ain't hot in here to you? No. Y'all help me out, man. Look, man, it's a little hot up in here, so y'all, we go work this out, man. Your boy might bust out in a sweat. If you see a little drizzle running down my head, I ain't got no napkins near me, man. Just pray for me. It's a little hot up in here. But, man, we been talking about a lot of stuff. What was our last topic, Calvin? Man, condolences to Master P too, man. Just found out that he lost his daughter, man. A lot of people been losing a lot of people, man. Definitely praying for the families of, the people that's involved in those shootings, man, that are impacted by those shootings in Buffalo, California, and definitely in Uvalde. Stop thinking so hard. That's the one that we were talking about last time, man. Stop thinking so hard. It's not that hard to think about. Man, it was good, man. Y'all got to go check out these segments, man. If y'all go miss us, just go ahead and watch one of the old ones, until August come, and y'all can, comment on them boogers like it's your first time watching it. I guarantee it's going to still bless you like you ain't never seen it before, because it's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. You can always go and get some food from what we feed. Oh, excuse me. But, man, look, I ain't going to hold y'all back for too long. I ain't going to hold y'all up for too long on this Tuesday, man. I know the Memorial Day was yesterday. Some of y'all still digesting that barbecue. Some of y'all still digesting that food. That's fine. We rocking today, man. I know that food was good to y'all, man. But, yeah, it's Tuesday, and it's time to get back to it. It's time to get back to it. But y'all can catch your boy on the Wake and Bakes in the morning, man. I'll be running those until, I'll be running those for, a minute. But, you can catch me on the Wake and Bakes in the morning. You can just go on my page, man, Shelvin Mason, Shelvin Mason. And you can catch me on the Wake and Bakes in the morning to get your morning motivation, man. I'm telling y'all do not want to miss those morning motivations. They be pushing us. They be. I'm telling you, they'll pull you out of a dark situation. They'll pull you out of a mindset. God is really using that platform, man, to bless people, man, and it's really, really good, really, really good. But also, man, we're gonna be moving forward. Remember, August, the first week of August, we will be back. We will be hitting them hard. The Chatterbox, we gonna represent ourselves, man. Introduce yourself. Allow me to introduce myself. We gonna reintroduce ourselves, man, and we coming back hard. We coming back strong. Just know we just gonna come back different. We gonna come back a little different. So we gonna be talking about stuff, and we gonna be, using our platform for a positive impact in the community. So today, I wanted to talk about something that God had put on my heart, man, because I understand that we're living in a time where a lot of us are giving a lot of ourselves, man. We're giving a lot of ourselves. We're sacrificing a lot. We're running around, exhausted and stuff. And so I wanted to definitely give you, some food to help you get through the summer, help you get, past the situation, to help you just keep on continuing to go and press toward the mark of the high calling of God through Christ Jesus. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I do understand that there is a very, very sensitive time in a person's life when they're operating on empty. When you're operating on empty. I don't know about y'all. Anybody ever been operating on empty? You ever felt like you just didn't have nothing left to give? I mean, like you just been going and going and going. You've been pouring, you've been sowing, you haven't begun to reap the fruits of your benefits. You haven't begun to reap the harvest of your labor. It almost seems like all of the things that you're doing is in vain. Like it just seems like the closer you take one step forward, get knocked 2 steps back, and it feels like you're operating on empty. Feel like you're operating on empty. I want you to understand that you're not the only one operating on empty. And I also want you to understand that sometimes for your mental health, just for your health period, because what you got to understand is your mental health can also affect your physical health. You got to understand that sometimes you just need to take a break. Sometimes you just need to take a break. I'm talking to somebody on here tonight because I want you to understand that when you're operating on empty, scientifically proven, it's proven that the only thing worse than driving a car drunk is driving a car tired. And some of us have been driving our purpose, we've been driving our family, we've been driving our jobs, we've been driving ourselves, and we're literally on E. I don't know about y'all, but there will come a time, if you haven't been operating on E, there will come a time when you will actually operate on E. And I'm telling you, these are some of the things that you got to look for when you're operating on E. I'm going to give y'all some things, and we're going to talk about them because I'm probably going to hit you right in the head with a few of these things. If it's you, it's fine. Don't feel bad because you're operating on empty, because some people ain't operating at all. But at least you got the truth, at least you got the strength, at least you got the perseverance to move forward. Don't feel bad when you're operating on E, because operating on E is not an uncommon thing. Especially when you got purpose, especially when you got something that you got to do, especially when you got a vision for your life, especially when you got something that you want to achieve, especially when you see something you see a goal that you're trying to get to and you're trying to attain it by any means necessary. Operating on E can cause a person to feel discouraged. Operating on E can be really, really hard. And I want to give you some signs that you're running on empty. Can I give you some signs that you're running on empty? This is the first sign that you know that you're running on empty. This first sign. I want to give you this because I want to bless you. The first sign that you know that you're running on empty is this. You're easily irritable. You're easily irritable. You ever got up? And sometimes when you're operating on E, getting up is a task. It's not a blessing to you. You get up and you like, oh God, another day. You get into a got to mentality and not a get to mentality, because a lot of time when you're operating on E, you just don't feel like moving. I don't know about y'all, but it's some mornings when I wake up, I just want to lay in the bed. I don't want to do nothing. Don't nobody say nothing to me. I'm going to put my phone on silence. I'm operating on E. I'm on E, but I have to realize when I'm on E. Because a lot of times we just keep on pushing past, and a lot of times that becomes a detriment to our health. It becomes a detriment to our relationships. It becomes a detriment to where we're going. God does not want us to operate on E. Even God says sometimes you got to take a break. You gotta refuel yourself. If you're constantly pouring out into people and you're not being poured into, do you know that it's impossible to pour out of an empty cup? I'm trying to help y'all on tonight. It is impossible. And some of us are so giving. Some of us have so much love. Some of us are so, passionate about what we're doing that we continue to pour and don't realize that our cup is on E and we're not feeling anything. So now you irritable. How you know you irritable? Because the smallest things tick you off. I don't know about y'all. You ever been operating on E and you, if the smallest thing, I ain't gonna say that. If the smallest things tick you off, you just moving, and I'm telling you, the person looked at you wrong. That what you looking at? the person said something wrong. They just said hi. You went off because you know they don't mess with you anyway. It's just the smallest things that make you ill. Your baby, they didn't mean you no harm. They just sitting over there crying, probably going through something, and you don't even realize they going through something because you on E, and you so blinded by what you going through that you don't even realize that the baby probably just hungry. The baby probably just sick. The baby probably just going through something. But you're so empty that it's hard for you to focus. It's hard for you to think straight. It's hard for you to, I'm telling you, 6 signs that you're running on E, man. 6 signs that you're running on E, because when you're operating on E, there are things that you just can't do. Places that you just can't go. Things that you just can't say. I'm telling you, you got to watch it while operating on empty. Because you'll be in a situation that will be a result of your emptiness and not you. It won't be a reflection of your character, but it'll be a result of your emptiness. Look, man, I know. This is the topic that y'all need tonight. I'm telling you, especially when we about to be gone for June and July. I want to make sure that y'all realize when y'all operating on empty, the first sign is you're easily irritable. Don't nobody even really do. You just wake up mad. You just frustrated with life, frustrated with having to get stuff done, frustrated with these bills steady coming in. I'm telling you, I don't know about y'all, but it was a time in my life when I said, man, if one more bill come through that doggone door, and they don't even come through the door no more, they hit you on that phone, they hit you online talking about your bill is now ready. You know, no, you keep the bill. Don't worry about the bill. I don't want the bill. You get to a point where you just like, you know what? I ain't finna pay it. You got the money to pay it, but you just don't want to pay it because you're so tired of paying bills, but you're really operating on empty. And sometimes it just takes a minute for us to sit back and refuel. You just need to be refueled. Especially if you're in a relationship. It is so dangerous to be operating on E in a relationship. You ever been in a relationship where it feels like you giving your all to the point where you don't even feel like they even trying? Don't worry. I'm coming down your lane. I'm talking about you giving your all. You going to work, you paying the bills, you come home, you got to prepare the food, you got to cook the food, you got to get the kids ready for school, you got to make sure the kids doing their work, you got to make sure they feeling good about themselves, you got to pour into them. You just operating on empty. You just pouring, giving. I mean, and it's almost to the point where you don't feel like they doing nothing. Like you looking at them like, man, what you do today? You ain't asking them to actually be concerned about what they did today. You asking them to see, did you do anything? Did you do anything? I'm talking about like what you bring into the household today? What did you do that actually benefited us today? Don't worry. Look, if you don't come in, if you don't put no hearts across the screen, won't nobody know I'm talking to you, because this is probably right up your alley. It's dangerous to be operating on empty in a relationship, because now you're looking at everything as half full, half empty instead of half full. You get into a pessimist mentality instead of an optimist mentality. Nothing looks good to you no more when you're operating on empty. It's bad, and it's hard to control your temper. It's hard to control your temper when you're operating on E. I don't care what nobody say. And some of us not angry empties. We not angry empties. We really sad empty. We just get to a point where we just throw up our hands. I'm done. I don't want to do nothing no more. I don't want to deal with this relationship no more. I don't want to talk to you. Don't look my way. I ain't looking your way. I just want to go in my room, close the door, and lay down. Period. You're irritable. You messed up. You need to relax. You need a break. But you got to realize when you're operating on empty, and a lot of us don't even realize when we just had enough. When enough is enough, enough is enough. You don't need to sacrifice any more of yourself than you got. If you ain't got no more to sacrifice, I'm telling you, you're entering into a bad space. Even with your kids. Sometimes you just got to put your kids in the living room, give them some lollipops or some candy or popcorn, whatever it is, to keep their attention on that TV. Put it on whatever they watching these days. I don't know what they watching these days. My little nephew like to watch Spider-Man. Not the real Spider-Man. He like to watch the fake little Spider-Man with the kids playing. I don't understand it, but he like to watch the fake little Spider-Man with the kids playing the Spider-Man. He don't like to watch the Spider-Man movies or the Spider-Man cartoon. I will put that mug on that Spider-Man so quick, get that boy one of them lollipops, and sure, I'll be a dozed off, because I'm not finna be operating on empty, especially when it come to kids, when it come to relationships. Sometimes you just gotta back up and realize what you're going through. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just realize, look, I don't have any more to give. I'm so tired right now. And it doesn't make you look any less because you realize where you're at. Definition of operating on empty. Here's the definition of operating on empty. Having almost reached a point where you are unable to continue because you have almost no energy, no money, you got no encouragement. You got nothing left. You're empty. You're empty. You've given all, you said all you can say, you're empty. And so now you're irritable. First sign is you're irritable. Second sign is your breathing becomes shallow. When you're overwhelmed, your breathing can become more shallow, meaning you're breathing from your chest and not your diaphragm. Our diaphragm, our main breathing muscle, right? When we get stressed, it gets tight and cannot fully contract to allow a full inhalation, or fully relax to allow a full exhalation. You probably didn't even know that. When breathing from your chest, you'll notice movement in your shoulders and chest rather than in the rise and fall of your belly. You're not breathing from your diaphragm, which happens with diaphragmic breathing. If you're feeling anxious, shallow breathing can make it worse. I'm trying to help y'all on tonight. When you are operating on empty, your breathing is not right. I want you to check your breathing right now. I want you to check your breathing and make sure your breathing is right. Sometimes you just got to take a minute, grab yourself, calm yourself, and take some deep breaths. You got to understand that. You got to realize that. Don't you know that George Floyd died because he couldn't breathe? Because something was on his neck. And sometimes life will put its knee on your neck. And I'm telling you, it won't care how you feel. It won't care how much you plead. It won't care how much you ask for it to get up. You just got to realize what point of life you're at. And if you are operating on empty, you got to realize that your breathing becomes shallow. And I don't know about y'all, but it's hard to operate when you can't breathe. You're running a race. You're fighting a fight. Every day you're running a race and you're fighting a fight. You got to realize that you can't do that without breathing right. The number one thing that they teach us in boxing is to control our breathing. Don't worry, it's in every sport. Any sport you go to, what they go teach you? To control your breathing. So guess what? In life, when you're going through situations, in life, when you're facing opposition, in life, when you're dealing with bad individuals with bad spirits, when you're at the job all the time and they working you more than they paying you, when you're dealing with kids who don't seem to get tired at all. Y'all mean tell me y'all want to play again? Y'all hungry again? Golly, these kids don't stop. I'm telling you, you got to realize when life has its knee on your neck, and you got to be avoidance of arguments. Oh shoot, man, let me get on these comments. Say that again. Breathing can get you through anything. I think it can. Avoidance of arguments, avoidance of ego. Kids don't get tired. They don't. I swear them boogers don't get tired. But I'm so glad. But we better today than we was back when my mom and them time. My mom and them time used to hit you with that tussing. Don't worry. I ain't telling on my mama, but yeah, my mama and them time. I ain't say my mama did it, but she probably did it a time or two. I ain't gonna say how many times she did it, but I'm telling you, back in the day, you used to get hit with that tussing. You don't want to go to sleep? Come and take you some of this. I don't want none of that. You finna take some of this. You gonna take your butt to sleep tonight. But we don't do that these days, which is good. We not turning our babies into drink heads. I think that's probably why I was a drink head. Don't worry about it. You don't know nothing about it. If you know, you know. But I'm just being honest with y'all. You gotta realize when you're overwhelmed. If you're chasing anything, if you're after anything, if you're trying to get anywhere in life, it's going to come a time when you just go look up the road and say, man, that's just too far for me to go. But you can't be prideful and think that you can just make it on E. Even cars need gas. I don't know about y'all, but you're not no machine. You gotta get your rest. You don't always need 8 hours. You don't always need 6 hours, but you gonna need some hours of rest. I'm telling you. Look, I don't know if y'all ever been shallow of breath. Put it in the comments. I've been shallow of breath. If you ever been in a time in your life where you just needed to breathe, I think Tony Braxton said, breathe. Sometimes you just need to breathe because your breath got short. You have to take a minute. You ever have to grab side or something and be like, whew. Lord have mercy. If I have to go through one more thing, if I have to talk to one more person, if I have to tell one more baby to shut up, if I have to tell one more baby to sit down, if I got to go to work one more time outside of my scheduled time, if I got to do one more task outside of what my job description says, you just get to a point where you just like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm trying to stop you before you get there, because if you get there and you blow up, chances are it's hard to come back once you explode. I'm telling you, you get to saying stuff that you ain't supposed to say. I don't care how called you are. There is going to come a time when you go look at somebody and be like, you know what? You. Don't worry about it. We on the chatterbox, baby. We on the chatterbox. We on the chatterbox. We ain't in church this Sunday. I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all know that it comes a time when you just want to call somebody. You know what I'm talking about, because you overwhelmed. You're operating on E, especially when you're giving your all and it don't seem like nobody pouring back into you. It don't seem like nobody appreciates you. Don't seem like nobody takes the time out to come and see how you doing. Y'all don't get quiet on me tonight, man. I'm gonna put it by myself, but I'm gonna talk about it because I want to let you know that there are signs to realize when you operating on E. Operating on E. Nothing in this world can operate on E. Why in the world do you think you can? Everything that was created in this world has to be some way energized in order to operate. But sometimes we get in a Superman complex, not realizing that we Clark Kent. Sometimes we get a little big-headed and think that we can still do it. No, sometimes you just got to take a break, baby. That work will still be there when you get there. Those kids going to still be good when you get out that bed. I'm telling you, sometimes you just got to take a break. Get overwhelmed. Breathing from your chest and your shoulders and not from your diaphragm. Matter of fact, when they tell you to sing, I ain't ever been to a singing class, but some people say I can blow a little bit. But when they tell you to sing, what they tell you to sing from? They don't tell you to sing from your chest. They don't tell you to sing from your shoulders. They tell you to sing from your diaphragm. It's so important to be aware and listen to your body. You got to listen to your body. You got to know when you are at the end of the road. You got to know that when you've given all that you can. And yes, it's okay to call in to work sick, because truth be told, you're sick. You operating on E. That is a sickness. A lot of people don't. I consider that a sickness. If I'm operating on E, I need to call in sick. I'm trying to give you no excuses. Don't use this every day, but just when you're on E, y'all know how we get. Sure, we get to a point we just want to know. I don't feel like going to work today. I ain't talking about them times. Yeah, you got the energy to go. But what I'm talking about is those times when you're literally at the end of yourself. And you need God to come in. You got to pray. You got to talk to God and allow God to come in and speak to you. You got to pray. You got to talk to God and allow God to come in and tell you it's going to be okay. You got to pray. See, you got to realize that God is already standing in between you and whatever opposition you're facing at the time. And sometimes you just got to stand on the Lord, on the word of the Lord, and be confident in the fact that God is already going to make a way out of no way. You got to understand, he goes before you and he already gets the victory. All you got to do is show up. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed with the destination that we forget about the journey. It's more important to focus on your journey and realize that sometimes along the journey you go get tired. You go get tired. I don't care what nobody say. Anybody who has ever became anything in life, T.D. Jakes, I'm talking about the greats, Martin Luther King, I'm talking about the greats. I'm talking about people who have left a legacy for us. Anybody who has ever became anything in life has to take a break at some point. You got to learn when to take a break. Number three. I just got six and we out of here. I just got six signs that you operating on E. Listen, this is good stuff. Please, if you write these notes down, I'm telling you, these are 6 signs that you are operating on E. You got to be conscious when you operating on E, because you are going to the household and you will be, you won't be right. You won't be right. Dinner won't taste good. You go burn everything. Talking about, it stayed in the oven too long. Yeah, because you operating, you tired. You stood up there trying to cook a roast, and you about to fall asleep. You done fell asleep twice. The roast done burnt up, the beans done burnt, everything done burnt up. And you just say, look, you just give up after you done burnt. Don't burn it up first. Burn it up later. Don't burn it up first and then say you tired. Just go on and get you some rest. Sometimes you just got to recognize where you are. And that's okay. Number three. It's hard to concentrate. Number 3, it's hard to concentrate. It's hard to keep your focus when you're operating on E. I don't care what nobody say. It's hard for you. You ever had a day at work and you got this assignment that you need to, finish, and the assignment is like you got 2 pages you got to read, and then you got a questionnaire afterward, and you tired, and the moment you start reading that assignment, your eyes start burning. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just I get to read something and my eyes start getting heavy, and I start be like, shoot, man, I'll just go to sleep for a couple of hours and wake up. I'm on E. It's hard for me to concentrate. I don't know. Maybe I do got some people who go into school. Maybe I do got some people who in the ministry. Maybe I do got some people who actually do some reading on here that realize sometimes when you start reading them words, you ever start reading them words and you got to read the paragraph 3 times to understand what the paragraph said? You talk about, hold on, let me read it again because I know I didn't get that right. What they said right there, let me read that one more time. All right. It's, at some point, you just say, you know what? Forget this. I am not. Let me go get me a drink and a cigarette. Y'all know how we get. I know y'all be smoking cigarettes and drinking and stuff. Ain't no thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Go have your communion or whatever. But sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I am on E. It's hard. One major sign that you're running on empty is it's hard to concentrate. When you've got too much on your plate and your head is constantly buzzing through your to-do list. It can be difficult to focus on any one thing for an extended periods of time. You done forgot that you was running the water and got the baby in the tub. The baby in the tub about to go swimming because you done forgot you running the water and the baby in the tub. It's just when you, and I understand how that can be, especially being a single parent, right? My mother, she was a single parent to us, right? And it was moments when she would just be operating on E, and we would just tell my mama, you just need to go sit down. We'll figure it out. We'll figure dinner out. We'll cook some noodles or something, shoot, because you ain't finna cook that. Nah, we ain't finna go. Sometimes and it's good to be surrounded by individuals who can recognize when you're on E. You got to be around individuals. You got to have some sincere individuals. I pray that God gives you some individuals who are around to be around you that can recognize when you on E, when you just had enough. That's when you're on E. You've had enough. That's an E word. It starts with an E. You just had enough. Enough life, enough circumstances, enough trying to figure it out, enough trying to make it happen, enough trying to hustle, enough trying to correct everybody, enough. You just had enough. You're on E. And that's hard. It's hard. I'm telling you, I've been shallow of breath. See, yeah, because when you're shallow of breath, that is a sign that you're operating on E. I'm telling you, it's a sign that you have had enough. I'm tired, y'all. Like our old boy said on Life. Why ain't that pick swinging? I'm tired. He said he tired, y'all. Well, tell this is how life will do you. Life will do you just like that warden in that prison. Well, tell him we don't care about his medical escrow or sesame. What you remember what he said, Calvin? What he said, you don't remember what he said on there? He said, tell him we ain't worried about your. That's how life will do you. They don't care nothing about how you feel. People gonna keep calling you, wanting you to do stuff for them, asking you for stuff. Kids, I'm telling you, kids is a whole nother story. But your job, look, I'm telling you, bills, none of this stuff stops. But you gotta come to a point where you just say, you know what? I'm drawing a line. It's hard to concentrate when you're operating on E. And the problem with not being able to concentrate is you never finish an assignment. You keep doing a whole bunch of stuff you want to get done, but you keep on getting out focused, and now you're doing something else. You started folding clothes, halfway through the clothes, now you cleaning the kitchen. Halfway through cleaning the kitchen, you all in the bathroom. Halfway through cleaning the bathroom, you in the living room. Halfway through doing, and before you know it, your house is a bigger mess than you started at because you are operating on E. You tired. You tired, man. And it's okay to be tired, but it's not okay to keep going tired. I understand sometimes you got to persevere. There's a difference between persevering over something and walking in something without the right mindset. It's hard to carry weight without the right mindset. It's hard to keep going without the right mindset. And if you can't focus, you wonder why you get distracted so easily because you're operating on E. And one thing I've learned about people who operate on E is sometimes if you're not careful, sometimes when you're operating on E, you'll let anybody fill your cup. Don't worry. I'm not coming for nobody tonight. But sometimes when you're operating on E, you have a tendency to let anybody fill your cup. And the problem is you don't know what they filling your cup with. You just so tired. You like a person who dehydrating in the desert. You like a person who dehydrating in the desert. I'm telling you, if you in a desert and you dehydrating, if you see somebody come along with something to drink, you don't know what's in that little old canteen. You don't know what's in their bottle. You don't know what they finna put in your cup. All you know is, please just give me something to drink. You better stop. You better hit the brakes. You better hit the brakes because somebody will pour something in your cup that'll change your life. And I ain't talking about for the better. I'm talking about for the worse. They'll start telling you stuff like, well, you shouldn't even try that anyway. You ever heard somebody start pointing to your cup with negative stuff? You shouldn't even went to try to open a business. You shouldn't even went to try to go through police academy. You shouldn't even went to try to be a minister. You shouldn't even went to do that. I told you that it wasn't gonna work out. I told you that relationship wasn't gonna work out. I told you that because people will pour in their cup what they have in their cup. They only pour in your cup what they have in their cup. And some people ain't got nothing good in their cup to pour. I'm just trying to help y'all on tonight because you got to realize when you're operating on E, you're very vulnerable to attack. You're vulnerable to attack. That's not even on my notes, but when you're operating on E, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable to anything. You just trying to get somewhere further. Man, look, I'm trying to help y'all tonight. Y'all help me talk this thing. Y'all help me. Come on. Help me say, what have you experienced when you was operating on E? Don't worry, I want to ask that question right now because I want y'all to just open up this platform. This is a conversation. I ain't trying to preach you down or nothing like that. I want to open this up to a conversation. What are some of the experiences that you had when you was operating on E? I want to know. I want to know. Can y'all help me out a little bit? I'm gonna pause for a second, just tell y'all what I've experienced when I was operating on E. When I was operating on E, it felt like the thing I was reaching for, the moment I got close to it, it pulled itself back. It just got farther away, and it just seemed like I just kept on reaching and reaching. I could never grab it, but I kept on reaching because the truth is I was operating on E. And sometimes when you're operating on E, you have the will to continue, but you don't have the ability. You want to continue, but you're unable to continue. That is a lot of times what happens when we're operating on E. Don't worry, we'll be back in August, man, and we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. But tonight we talking about operating on E. Hard for you to concentrate. You can't even focus in bed. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You can't even focus in bed. You ain't even feeling it. You so tired. Don't play with me on the night. Y'all be honest with me on the night. You so tired that you just can't wait until they get there. I'm talking to the married couples. This is married couple talking married talk right now. Let me talk to the married couples. Sometimes you got to realize, as a woman of God, as a man of God in a marriage, sometimes you got to realize you got to be open with your partner and tell them, hey, I'm just on E. I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling nothing. All I want to do is lay here. You got to be honest with yourself. And sometimes that's hard to do. You don't know how. If they really love you, they go accept it. They really love you. They gonna say, you know what? Hey, I'm good. Do you need anything? That's what they stand should be. If you tell them something like that, what do you need for me to do? Let me help you. Then you'll know who you really got in your corner when you start shutting down their pleasure and start putting them in their purpose. Don't worry. I ain't coming for y'all too hard tonight. I hope I ain't coming for y'all too hard tonight. But when you shut down that pleasure center and open up that purpose center, you'll see who you really got in your corner, if they really for you or just want you, your body. Don't worry. I got more coming in August. We're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm telling y'all. But tonight, I'm telling y'all, it's going down. We talking about operating on E. Have you ever operated on E? Be honest with yourself. Put it in the chat. Have you ever operated on E? Have you been so thirsty? Have you ever been so thirsty that you just willing to take a drink from anybody? Don't worry. Say we keeping it real tonight, man. Sometimes you get thirsty. What's up, folk? What's up, folk? We talking about operating on E, man, tonight, man. Sometimes you get thirsty, man, and that's where the saying came from. That's where the saying came from. Oh, they thirsty, which means I'm telling you, it's symbolic of saying, oh, they'll just take anything right about now. They don't care who come and get them that or get them this. They'll take anything right about now because they thirsty. Yeah, some of y'all thirsty right there. Don't worry, I ain't coming for y'all. Don't put no likes on there. I'm gonna put some likes for y'all, so I can hide y'all real quick because I want to make sure don't nobody really know y'all thirsty. Because some of y'all thirsty right now. Y'all tired, dehydrated. Y'all just need something to drink. I'm talking about spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. You tired, you thirsty. Don't worry. Look, I ain't coming for y'all too hard. Check this out. The next thing, the number four is your workouts feel way harder than usual. If you exercise regularly and any workout feels like a slog, that's a sign that you need to take time to rest. If you exercise when you are exhausted, you put unnecessary added stress on your body. Don't worry. You also compromise on your form and technique when you work out while exhausted, increasing your risk of injury. My God, I just came down somebody's road with that one because you don't even realize that you're putting yourself in danger by working out when you shouldn't be. You exhausted, you tired, you out of there, but you still trying to go in there and get it in. Don't worry. Some of y'all be doing that. Y'all be going too hard in certain situations. Let me just say that. Because I don't really want to triangulate to the bedroom too much, but sometimes you just got to bruh, what if I'm exhausted before I exercise? That means you don't need to exercise, bro. That means you need to go rest. Don't. But you exercise, bro. I don't know. I ain't finna entertain you right now because I don't know too many niggas operating on E. Yes, man. Yes, it's so and I understand operating on E because right now, y'all gotta understand the world we living in today, we got way more consumers than we have people who are out there getting that money. I'm telling you, we don't have no help right now. This generation that we living in, nobody wants to work, everybody wants pleasure. Told it to my cousin the other day, Junior. I said, man, pleasure is for consumers. Purpose is for producers. I don't know who that just hit. Pleasure is for consumers. If you constantly on a pleasure street, you want to pleasure yourself all the time, that means you're spending a lot of money. I'm telling you right now. But purpose is for producers, because when you have purpose, when you have something that you want to get to, when you have a vision, when you have something that you're trying to attain, you will be in purpose. That means you ain't gonna be spending a lot more money because you're gonna be spending time in your purpose, and most of the time your purpose gonna make money. Don't worry, I ain't gonna shoot you in your foot right now. I'm just gonna try to help you real quick. Pleasure is for consumers, purpose is for producers. Take that with you, put that on tag that, put that on your Facebook page. I'm telling you, that's gonna bless somebody. Bless somebody with that on tonight. Put that on your Facebook page. Pleasure is for consumers, purpose is for producers. Cause you can't produce nothing if you always, well, you can't produce something. Probably not, something that, you can produce something if you're doing pleasurable things. I ain't gonna say you can't, one pleasurable thing, you can do something. I'm tell you straight up, you can produce something, but that production go probably cost you. That production gonna probably cost you after that 9 months. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to help you on tonight. Don't produce that if you're not ready for it. That's what happened to a lot of us. We get too pleasure driven, and we start producing stuff that we can't take care of. Ouch. If you can't say amen, just say ouch. It's okay. Look, we rocking tonight. But you got to realize that your workouts feel way harder than usual when you operating on E. When you running on E, you can lift more weight and everything. You got to realize how to work out healthy. You're supposed to go to the gym on full. Leave the gym half full. You're not even supposed to leave the gym empty. Don't worry. I work out all the time. I'm telling y'all, when I go in the gym tired, I don't even do much. I know when I'm tired, I'll be like, nah, I'm just going to take it light today. You got to realize where you're at and what you're doing, and you could put yourself in danger trying to do stuff that you're not supposed to be doing because you're tired. Don't worry. I'm gonna get to the next thing. I ain't gonna stay there too long. I see how y'all looking at me through the phone or whatever device you looking at me on. I see how y'all looking at me. I'm gonna move on. Let me move on. Number five. We just got one more. One more after this, and then we're gonna be done. Number five. You're carrying excess tension. You're carrying excess tension. When you're operating on E, you carry excess tension. What is this? It means that you might have a pit in your stomach. What is a pit in your stomach? I know you're probably asking that. Your shoulders might have tension, or the face might have a little bit of furrowed brow. Some of this tension is tied to the shallow breathing mentioned earlier. When you're breathing from your chest instead of your diaphragm, your neck and shoulders have to work harder, which can result in pain. You have a pit in your stomach. You ever had a stomach ache and didn't know why? It felt like you had a knot in your stomach, but you didn't know why? And you realized you was tired, but you thought that you was hungry. You wasn't hungry. You're actually carrying excess tension. And when you're carrying excess tension, it causes pain. You didn't even know that, did you? You didn't know that you could be so tired that it can cause pain. You ever heard of hunger pains? Well, this is operating on empty pains. You can operate on empty and have pain in your stomach, in your body, your shoulders. You ever been so tired that your shoulders get to hurting, your shoulders sore, your chest sore? It's not that you did something wrong. You ain't pulling no muscle. You tired. You tired, and you got to realize that before you keep on doing stuff that will put you in worse situations. Now you going to the doctor and stuff, and I'm telling you, the doctor will tell you straight up, you stressed out. You got too much tension in you. You got too much stress in your shoulders. It can come from operating on empty. You got to quit lifting other people's. You can't keep on lifting other people's burdens and thinking that you actually doing something, because you killing yourself. You can't keep on lifting the world for everybody else. You got to realize that sometimes you just got to take a moment for yourself. Don't worry. Look, this is good stuff. Sometimes you just got to take a moment for yourself and realize that you are operating on E. You're carrying excess tension. You got everybody's problems on your shoulders. You're not supposed to, look, I don't care who you are or who they are to you, you're not supposed to carry everybody's problems. Period. You cannot do it. Your body will give you signs when you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You operating on E. You trying to help everybody out. You giving everybody your last. Some of the stuff you do, not even for yourself. You just doing it just to get some money so you can help somebody else get through a situation. It's time for you to realize that when you're operating on E, you just got to get some rest. You just got to go to sleep. You got to help yourself, because you can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself. I don't care what nobody say. You can't, when you don't jump in the water with somebody to save them, you send them a life raft. If you find yourself in the same water they in, then how you go help them out? I'm just trying to help y'all on tonight. You got to realize when you operating on E, there will be times when you're going to have to just shut down, period. You cannot keep on carrying. You thought that stomach ache was because you didn't eat nothing. You thought that stomach ache was from something you ate last night. Now realizing you only got 4 hours of sleep that night. You didn't get 5 hours the night before. You can't keep on running like this. Your body is going to start giving you signs that you tired. You tired. Shoulders hurting, headaches. Yeah, headaches can come from overexhaustion. You tired. You got to get you some rest. Quit thinking that you everybody's Superman. I'm going to keep on driving that home, because I really want y'all to understand when you operating on E, it is very, very crucial to take care of yourself. You got to listen to your body. Listen to what your body telling you. Because if you don't listen to your body, then you're going to have to listen to the doctor. Either you go listen to your body or you go listen to a doctor, but something go give. I guarantee something go give. You'll find yourself taking hypertension medicine. You'll find yourself taking antidepressants. You'll find yourself in somebody's hospital because you keep on trying to tugboat. Forget being in a relationship where you got to tugboat everything. I'm just trying to help y'all on today. I know you love them. I know they your boo thing. I know they make your legs shake. All that stuff cool, but are they beneficial to your health? Just posing the question on tonight, are they beneficial to your health? Because a lot of time when we operating on E, it's not because we doing everything for ourselves. A lot of time when we operating on E, it's because we done everything for everybody else too. Plus what we had to do for ourselves. Then we done brought all that stuff home, and then we got to deal with the house situation, the kid situation, whatever situation you got at home, and then you mad,
excuse me, you create all that, you frustrated in the household because you on E. And that ain't, the truth be told, it's not even fun to your significant other or your children when you operating on E because of something that's outside the household. Outside the household. You gotta at least keep enough energy to deal with what's inside the household. And sometimes we'll get so focused on life. I was listening to somebody the other day, man, and he was saying something really, really powerful. He said something really, really powerful. I can't remember who it was, but I remember what he said. He said, you can't be more passionate about what's outside the house than you are about what's inside the house. He was saying, most of the time, women tell you how to treat them by how they treat you. I'm telling you. And a lot of times it's not about what they say, it's about what they do. If a woman comes to you and she puts her hand on your shoulder and tell you it's going to be all right, a lot of times she wants that residual effect. It is an investment. It is not something that she's just giving. Sometimes she just want to be told it's going to be all right. But when you're operating on E, you'll miss the signs. I'm just trying to help y'all tonight. How many signs have you missed from your woman? How many signs have you missed from your kids because you was on E? You couldn't concentrate. You didn't even realize that there was a situation because you were still outside the house. You got more passion for what's going on outside the household than what's going on inside the household, when everything you do outside the household should be to benefit what's inside the household. Golly, I'm just trying to help y'all on tonight to help y'all deal with these relationships, because a lot of relationships are right now in a disarray because we don't know where to put our priorities at. I wasn't even finna get on all this, but since God done took me down this lane, we got to realize where to put our priorities, especially as men. As man of a household, there is no way you should come to the household and not pay the house attention. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care what you're going through. You got to learn how to deal with your household better than you deal. You can't be like David, and I'm going to be talking about David. I'm telling y'all, you can't be a warrior in the field and a warrior in your own household. That is an oxymoron. Can't be a public success and a private failure. That does not work. It does not look good. That's why she always got an attitude with you, because she realized that everything outside the household seemed more important to you than what's inside the household. Don't worry, I'm going to come down your lane in a minute. Don't worry, I'm going to come down your lane in a minute. I'm just talking to the men right now, but I'm finna talk to the women in a minute. I'm talking to the men right now. As a head of a household, you got to be the head. And you can't be the head if your head is constantly outside. Don't worry. I had to teach myself this too. I ain't sitting pretending you I ain't go through it. This is from experience. This is not from just reading books and all this. This is from experience. There was a time when I felt like I had to do everything outside the household. As long as the bills was paid, I was good. You better quit lying to yourself. You better quit lying to yourself, because if you're not feeding that house emotionally, if you're not feeding that house spiritually, if you're not feeding that house mentally, if you're not educating your household, that's the reason your house is in a disarray. Talking about she treat me better than my wife. No, she don't. No, she don't. The reason your wife treating you like you do is because somewhere you lost attention to her. Somewhere you got distracted. Somewhere you start paying more attention to what was outside that door than what was behind that door. Quit playing with me. Look, you got to be able to put your feelings and your emotions in the right lane. You can't bring work home. You can't take home to work. As a man, you got to learn how to wear many hats, period. As a woman, you got to realize that sometimes he is tired. Talking to the women right now. And when you operating on E, when you tired of doing your housely duties, when you tired, don't worry, when you tired of doing all the stuff that you do at home, you got to be able to step back and set up some stuff. See, sometimes you just got to set it up. You got to cook the meal the day before and realize you got to take. Sometimes when you taking your day off, it doesn't mean neglect your responsibilities. It just means prepare better. Sometimes you got to wash the clothes a day earlier, cook the food a day earlier so you can put it in the oven the next day. Boom, you ain't really got to do nothing but enjoy your day. Go to a spa, read a book, take your bath, relax. Because now when you operating on empty and you in a household as a woman, now you nagging instead of bragging. Don't worry. My man don't like no nagging woman. Calvin will tell you all day, Calvin, what you say about when is it nagging? When is it nagging, Calvin? Yeah, when is it nagging? Say Calvin don't like no nagger. I'm telling y'all right there, Calvin don't like no nagger.
Nah, I just just being too repetitive. They have a word. Somebody doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Right.
I think that's what nagging is.
Right.
Doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Let me give you a little trick, ladies. Give you a little trick. If you're doing the same thing, expecting different results, all you got to do is change it up just a little bit for yourself. It's easy. It's so easy, ladies. If you can prepare well, then you can guarantee peace. I guarantee if you can prepare well, you can guarantee peace. As a man too, if y'all can prepare well, y'all can guarantee peace. You'll stop carrying around this tension if you prepare better. I'm telling you, and get this, the food gonna be better the next day than it was the day before. Everybody's clothes gonna be clean. Only thing you gotta, and a lot of times we fail to do this, only thing you gotta do is make sure they don't mess up the house too bad to where all you can do is sweep and mop and you good. Just prepare. And the man too, we sweep, mop, clean dishes and all that stuff. Yeah. It's not one of our go-tos. Like we don't prefer to do that, but we will, right? This is the last thing, man. I just want to help y'all. So the first thing is you're easily irritable. Stop being so irritable. Know when you're on E. The second thing is your breathing becomes more shallow. You got to breathe from your diaphragm, not from your chest and your shoulders. You got to learn that, because it will create tension. It's hard to concentrate. You got to know that if you can't concentrate, then chances are you're on E. Once the words start doing this number here, you gotta step back. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself right. Your workouts feel way harder than usual. See, a lot of people get discouraged when it comes to working out because they operating on E. So when they work out, they feel like they're getting weaker instead of getting stronger. When the truth is, you're getting stronger. You're just on E. And so you stop working out because you're like, you know what? I ain't got time for that today. No, get you a routine. You know, a lot of people want to work out. They want to start out working out, man. And people so funny to me, man. A lot of people, when they start out working out, they say, well, I'm going to work out every day. I'm just going to work out every day. No, you can't. You can't come here working out like that, especially if you ain't worked out months, years. You just gonna come here every day. Quit playing with yourself. Get yourself a routine. Go once or twice a week. Once or twice. Don't go no more than that. Give your body time enough to realize what you just did to it. Don't keep on hitting it back to back. Shoot, you gonna mess something up. Talking about, shoot, my leg hurt, my toes locking up, you laying in bed and turned over real fast, grabbing the back of your leg, got a hamstring rolling out the bed and stuff. Don't do that to yourself, man. Say, keep it 100 with your body. Keep it 100 with your body. Take care of yourself, but at the same time, know where you at. Don't come in there like you just, no. You didn't just leave this. You ain't been here in a minute. Don't come back like you already been here. You're carrying too much tension. Carrying too much tension. That's not a baby. You're not pregnant. That's tension. It hurt. You're not hungry. That's tension. And you know when it's tension, when your shoulders and your chest begin to hurt. Your neck. You got a headache. That's tension. Know that. Last thing is you're not sleeping well. When you got a lot on your mind, getting adequate sleep is made all the more difficult. And when there's too much to do and you're working long hours, getting enough sleep can be impossible. But if you're not sleeping well, that can make everything else you're dealing with even harder. After a day or two of reduced sleep and inability to feel fully rested and refreshed, one may be able to power through important events, meetings, etc. But after continual reduced sleep, the brain is unable to adequately compensate. What is it saying? It means that after too much reduced sleep, your brain begins to shut down. I'm talking to y'all who filled with purpose. I'm talking to y'all who filled with ambition. Talking to y'all who got so much potential that you could let your life, you could give up on everything when you're operating on E. Sometimes you just need a good night's rest. Bible says, come unto me all who are weary and heavy laden. He said, learn of me. Take of me, for my yoke is easy. I will give you rest unto your souls. Sometimes you just got to sit down and have a little talk with Jesus. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and have a little talk with somebody. Sometimes, man, I'm telling you, I used to just sit down and talk with my grandfather. And man, just sitting there talking with him, man, and we wasn't talking about nothing. He'd just go to, reminiscing or whatever, but just sitting there and just getting out of all of the responsibilities that I have, right? All of the things that keep me overwhelmed. Gotta do this, how to do that, ooh, did I do this? Ooh, did I do that? Oh, I forgot to do this. Ooh, oh, Lord have mercy, I got so much on my plate, and so it gets discouraging. And your brain it can only go for so long without rest. You wondering why it seems like getting up out the bed is a Herculean task? It's because you tired. You tired of dealing with people's emotions. You tired of dealing with this no good job. You tired of dealing with your kids. I'm real with it. I'm sure. Sometimes you get tired of them kids. You get tired of them little boogers. Hey, they seem like they be right there at your door sometime when you wake up. Like, hey, I've been waiting for you. You just tired. You done told a little kid, you cussed a little baby out. That baby ain't did nothing to you. Don't cuss the baby out because you're tired. You just tired. You need some rest. Y'all know how it is, but y'all don't sit up here and play with me on here. Y'all done cuss these babies out for no good reason sometimes, just because they being babies. You're tired. You're operating on E. And that's okay. Everybody gets to a point where they feel like they gotta finish it tomorrow. If I don't do it at this time, it won't get done. You don't let the enemy fool you into thinking that whatever it is that God has tasked you to do has to be done immediately. Do you know that most of the things that God tasked everybody to do in the Bible took time to do it? It took time. Don't expect yourself to grow overnight. If God gave you a vision, don't expect just because you start operating in your purpose, everything to come to fruition the next day. It doesn't happen like that. You got to give yourself time. You got to rest. You got to give yourself time. You got to actually come. Sometimes you just got to sit there and not even be asleep. Sometimes you just got to sit there and meditate for 5 minutes. Breathe. Take some deep breaths. Because all of this stuff lines up with your chakras. And your spirit is out of alignment, everything seems hard. You know when your spirit out of alignment because the thing that you know is easy for you to do seems like it's just impossible. So I don't know why I'm messing this up. I've been doing this all my life and I just can't seem to get it right today. You tired. You operating on E. But it's not fair. It's not fair for you to operate on E, especially when you're in a relationship. You just got to tell them, hey man, I'm on E right now. And believe me, they'll appreciate you telling them that you on E on the side of giving them half or a quarter or a 10% of who you are. It's okay. It's all right. And it's okay not to be okay. But what's not okay is if you keep trying to pour into when you ain't got nothing else to pour. What does that look like? It looks like you cussing somebody out for no good reason. It looks like you telling God, look, God, I don't want to do this. I'm done. And especially if you're a minister, a deacon, or somebody leader in the church. It looks like you telling God that, look, God, I'm done with the church. I'm done with this preacher. It looks like you in a relationship, and the reason you leaving a relationship is because God is calling you to higher. You don't want to meet the standards of the relationship because it just seemed too hard. It looks like you giving up on the best things of your life because you just don't operate on E, because you will make decisions, impulsive decisions that will cause you to have a lifetime of resentment. I'm trying to help you. Operating on E can cost you. It can cost you more than you think. If you operate in a car and you tired, you fall asleep at the wheel, it costs you your life. You got to know when you're operating on E. Listen, it's your boy Shelvin, man. I appreciate y'all. Do y'all really? Do y'all really? What you talking about, Tranisha? Yeah. I don't know what you're asking me. I think you were just bouncing off me. But yeah, look, I love y'all, man. I will see y'all in August, man. I'll see y'all in August. I believe the first day we gonna be back is gonna be August the 1st. Wow, look at that. We starting out 8-1. We starting off our new Chatterbox 8-1. Look at that. New beginnings on the first day of the New Beginnings month. Cause 8 is the number for new beginnings. Look, I didn't make that up. That was God's plan. 8-1. Starting off Chatterbox in a new place, new space, new topics. Look, we gonna go in. We gonna be live. You do not want to miss this next season of the Chatterbox. Again, y'all can catch me in the morning on the Wake and Bakes, man. Please tap into the Wake and Bakes. Like, follow, and share those, man. I'm telling you, they will help people, man. I appreciate y'all for cruising by here on this Tuesday evening to chat with your boy, man. Say, August the 1st, come back, man. We go chat it up, man. I got love for y'all, man. Peace.